good day right now. Sana okay lang yung connection natin and our internet connection. Medyo blurry na naman, no? But anyway, anyhow, I hope you're all well. I hope the first week of January, the first week of 2021 is doing you all well and good. Sabay-sabay tayong i-welcome ang taon na to with everything but positivity. With everything that we have, especially positivity and optimism. Yun naman talaga yung pinaka-importante sa lahat. So for this episode, it is going to be about metabolism. But of course, since it is a Q&A, live Q&A session, welcome yung lahat ng mga questions ng mga kasama natin, especially sa mga kasama natin sa Life Without Rice at Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community. If meron kayong mga tanong regarding our way of life, the low carb nutrition, and at the same time, the fasting lifestyle. If you have questions, you are very, very much welcome to ask them. Just put them in the comment section so that we will know kung ano yung mga gustong itanong ng mga kasama natin. And of course, if you have mga queries or if you have experiences you want to share, that is very much welcome as well. So this episode is mainly will focus on metabolism. Bakit merong mga tao na hindi tumataba kahit grabe kumain ng mga high carb foods, and at the same time, bakit may mga tao na kahit konti-konti na lang yung kinakain at lumalaki pa din, hindi pa rin nagbabawas ng timbang. And it has something to do with metabolism. So this topic is suggested by Sir Ryan Poncarda. So if you also have topics na you want to share, very much welcome din po kayong mag-suggest nito. And we will note that in our episode para alam ng lahat that you are participating, you are very much active in this way of life that we promote. So if you are there watching right now, feel free to post in your comments, say hi to your friends, shout out kayo lahat so that malaman ng iba that you are already here and we can continue to promote this way of life that we all share. Okay? So, I would like to say hi, of course, to my family, to my mother, to my Tita Ging, who is with her right now, to my brother Bati, my brothers Alvin and Andrew, and in-laws Angela and Mabi, and to my sister Kat and brother-in-law Ken Chu. Thank you so much. I hope you are all doing well and doing all right. Maraming salamat po for your continued support. And of course, we have to tackle about metabolism. Metabolism is very, very much important dahil dito gumagana yung mga pag-convert ng mga pagkain natin into energy, okay? So, yung metabolism, iba-iba yan. Iba-iba yan based on activities ng tao, based ng mga kinakain niya, at part of it has also something to do with age, no? So, although age is usually correlated with metabolism, like as you age down, nagsuslow yung metabolism mo, but it's actually not that linear in relationship. It is just like that kasi as you age, usually kapag wala kang ginagawa, magsuslow down yung metabolism mo. But if you are very active, if you have a lot of physical activity, if you are doing a lot of strenuous activity, exercises, weightlifting, especially yung mga tinatawag natin HIIT, no? Yung high intensity interval training. That is a very specific kind of exercise kung saan mabilisan but madalian lang ginagawa at sobra-sobrang nakaka-increase ng cardio exercise yan, ng cardio load sa katawan natin. So, if you are doing that, it doesn't mean na kapag tumatanda ka, ay mabababa na yung metabolism mo. In fact, there are other people na older but has better metabolism as compared to the young ones. Basically, dahil mas active sila in their way of life. And kahit bata ka pa, but if you are not active, you are not moving, at kasama na din doon ang hindi pagpa-function ng brains natin. Because our brain actually is one of the most highly metabolic organ in our body. Meaning, isa siya sa pinakamalaking kumukuha ng konsumo ng ating energy sa ating katawan. Okay? So, yung importante yan na alamin natin what makes our metabolism go faster and what makes our metabolism move slower as well. So, at meron din, good thing, we have natural ways on how to boost our metabolism, how to speed it up, and at the same time, kung paano ito maintindihan at paano ito magamit to our advantage. Especially, may mga tao na yun nga, na sobrang grabe yung metabolism kahit gaano karaming kanin yung kinakain nila, kahit gaano karami silang humingi ng extra rice sa Only Rice Restaurant, ay butot balat pa din. Bakit ganon? Bakit may mga taong ganon? And at the same time, are they already free from risk? Dahil ba hindi na sila tumataba, ay safe na sila? Dahil ba walang effect sa kanila yung kanin, hindi sila tumataba? Iisipin na lang natin na pwede nilang gawin yon all their lives. We will tackle about that and the dangers, of course, no? Metabolism is just one function. Isa lang ang metabolism sa dami-daming function na nagaganap sa ating katawan. Sa dinami-dami ng mga ganapan, ng chemical reaction sa ating katawan, isa lang siya sa mga importante. But it's not everything that matters. As you know, may mga tao na grabe kataas yung metabolism, hindi sila tumataba, payat sila all their lives, but they succumb to other illnesses. Nagkakasakit sila sa ibang bagay. It may not be obesity, they may not be obese, no? So, hindi man sila obese, but meron silang ibang dinadalang sakit, like biglaang heart attack, biglaang stroke. At the worst nga, yung nagkaka-cancer, at yung iba, hindi alam, bigla na lang natutumba. And I believe firmly, no, na based on what we have researched and what we know now, no, with our experiences, it has something to do with the effects of insulin in the body. So, yung insulin, isa siya sa highly important hormone when it comes to metabolism. Kasi siya yung nagdidictate which ones ang gagamitin mo para gawing fuel. So, metabolism in general, ito yung capacity ng katawan mo, yung ability ng cells mo sa katawan para ma-convert yung mga pagkain into energy. But yung pagkain can be in many forms. As what we always discuss, no? We have 3 major macronutrients. Yung una, yung fats. Yung pangalawa, yung proteins o yung mga karne, for example. At yung last ay carbohydrates. So, pinaka-common na source of carbohydrates dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, dito as Asians, are rice, no? Kanin. Sa ibang lugar, it is pasta, yung mga noodles. Meron din sa ibang lugar, mga root crops like patatas, at saka kung ano pang root crops. And of course, parang universal sa lahat ng culture, yung bread o tinapay. So, yun ay carbohydrates na kapag ini-breakdown mo, magiging sugar siya or glucose. Glucose means sugar, table sugar. I-synonymous natin yan. Kasi yun yung medical term or parang scientific term niya. Pero, yung glucose talaga, it's the simplest form of sugar. So, kahit sugar pa yan, or honey, or cocoa sugar, or molasses, or ano pa bang ibang klaseng sugar, muscovado sugar, brown sugar, white sugar, kapag na-process na sila sa ating katawan, it will become glucose. Okay? So, glucose yung ginagawang parang means of converting ng carbohydrates into energy. But hindi lang glucose ang only source of energy. Hindi lang sugar ang only source of energy. Another important source of energy actually is fats, no? And by fats, yun yung mas importante kasi mas healthy siya. At the same time, wala siyang masyadong side effect as long as hindi mo siya i-prepare up with carbohydrates. Meaning, kapag kumain ka ng mga fatty foods, fatty drinks, it is better kapag kumain ka nito na kasama ay kukonting amount ng calories o yung energy na nanggagaling sa carbohydrates. Mostly, mas maganda i-prepare up nito sa proteins o mga protina o kung carbohydrates man, ito yung mga whole foods na mataas sa sustansya, mataas sa nutrients, mataas sa content ng vitamins, pero konti lang yung caloric content or energy content. So, kada pagkain, meron niyang dalawang component na major, no? Nutrients, vitamins and minerals, and calories. So, between the two, yung calories, ito yung nagko-convert into energy. But, kapag wala kang ginagawa, kapag yung physical activity mo at saka yung muscle bulk mo ay kokonte or less, magiging pwede itong gawing taba. Okay? It can be converted into fats. While at the same time, kapag ang pagkain naman ay mataas sa mga micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals, pero kukonti yung calories, yun yung mas maganda. So, example ng mga pagkain na mataas sa vitamins and minerals and nutrients, pero mababa sa calories ay yung mga green leafy vegetables, pwedeng mga tomatoes, cucumber, mga lettuce, cabbage, kahit anong green leafy vegetables are actually, or vegetables na tawag natin growing above ground, including talong, and ano pa ba, bell peppers, yon, they are quite healthy, broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, yung mga healthy types. But these vegetables are commonly, hindi sila ganun ka-local sa Philippines, di ba? So, with us Filipinos, we can actually take the more local the vegetables, the better, including mga talbos ng kamote, malunggay, o ano pa ba, yung mga, any green vegetables, green leafy vegetables na nakikita natin sa paligid natin, they're quite very, very healthy. And we emphasize on vegetables that are growing above ground, meaning hindi mga root crops, kasi kadalasan ng mga root crops ay mga starchy foods. Starchy meaning complex carbohydrates, although it takes some time para ma-break down siya ng katawan natin. So, hindi siya, tawag natin doon, hindi nakakapagpa-shoot up ng insulin sa katawan. So, another term nun ay low glycemic index. Meaning, glycemic, yung glucose sa katawan, at index, yung measurement sa katawan, mababa yung glycemic index niya. Meaning, hindi siya masyadong nakakapag-shoot up. But it doesn't mean na yung kanyang insulin effect ay mababa din. It still has insulin effect. At yun yung mas importante. That's why it can still shoot up your insulin after it is metabolized. Kapag na-metabolize na siya ng katawan mo at na-convert na siya into glucose. Kaya as much as possible, nililimit din natin yan. Kasi sobrang dali na maka-overeat or sumobra yung pagkain ng ganyang mga pagkain. So, those kinds of things now, we have to know when we want to understand about metabolism. So, before we proceed, I would like to say hi sa mga nandito ngayon. Rosaline Rigor Garcia, Eileen Joy MC, hello po, and Sharon Roldan. Rhea Salamanca, thank you so much for watching. Medyo na-delay tayo. And of course, my dearest Marie Pearl Estacion Tuya Plehe, okay? Present si Ayeng, maraming salamat at you're there, Ayeng. And Vanessa Grace Dayot, hello po, maraming salamat for watching. EJ, my dear, listening while making low-carb pita bread si Ayeng. Wow, that's so nice. No, so I think you've shared that also ba, yung pita bread na recipe, or galing din sa Life Without Rice, or saan ba? If wala pa, you have to post it and you have to share it with our group, no, sa Life Without Rice, kasi yung ibang mga recipes na tatabunan na. So, sometimes, medyo nakakalimot yung iba. So, a little reminder, especially kesa naman kumain ng high-carb bread. Better to go low-carb talaga to be safe. So, right now, I'm on my, 6 p.m. So, I'm on my 19 hours of dry fasting. Naka-dry fasting ako ngayon, and I plan to continue it the next day, kasi if you've seen my post recently, tapos na yung na-declare nating harvest season. So, our modern day harvest season is actually the time of most festivities, especially here sa atin sa Pilipinas. So, December, and na-extend pa yan. So, yun yung usual natin na yung parang pinaka-celebratory days natin. So, those are the times of family gatherings, sunod-sunod na mga parties, events. At comes with that is actually eating a lot of high-carb food. So, I've declared yesterday na yesterday was my last feasting day. Although, hindi naman talaga ako super na nag-feast. But, for those who are regular extended fasters, you will know, you will understand. At kahit hindi ka pa extended fasters, kahit intermittent fasting lang, you know when you need to fast. Alam mo kung sobra-sobra na. Kahit daily lang na intermittent fasting, like example, if you are used to 18 hours of daily fasting or 16 hours, kapag na kumain ka lesser than that, no, kapag nag-fasting ka lesser than that sa during a day, for example, you will see for yourself, alam mo talaga na mabigat sa pakiramdam, you are not your usual self, and you will really crave. Same way that you crave for food, no, you can also crave for fasting. It may sound unbelievable para sa iba, but when you are incorporating, once you've accepted fasting as part of the normal day-to-day nating mga tao, you will really see how you can adopt easily sa fasting. So, it is really important. So, Lusaria, hello! Thank you so much. And Ryan, thanks for granting my requested topics. Of course, any suggestions sa topics, very much welcome yan. So, I feel honored and I feel very grateful that our followers and our low carb, no, mga fellow low carbers and fellow fasters are very much active and reaching out para malaman at kung gustong ma-share, kung meron man silang kanilang own personal experience, if they want to share it with other low carbers as well. And of course, Sir Ronnie, thank you so much for watching. And Angela Ramos de los Reyes, hello. Julian Mestre, good evening. Edward Blanco, hello din. And Princess, of course, thank you so much. Sabi ni Princess, present talaga siya. So, present talaga. Thank you so much sa pagiging present. And my dearest Doc P, yes, I know we agree in so many things, no? And I'm so glad I've met you and we've become friends, and pending na lang yung personal nating pagkikita. But with this, no, with this modernization, with availability na of virtual na conversations and communications, I already feel like I'm even closer to you than many people that are closer to me physically. I know you can understand that very well. And Connie, Anthony Fabulyar, hello then. You will crave for it talaga. Yes, kaya better na wala na lang talaga. Ayan, we'll share recipe later. Yes, we will look forward to that. Although baka hindi ko muna tingnan kasi baka gutumin ako since I'm currently fasting. Hindi ko alam how long I will fast right now. Balitaan ko na lang kayo as I move from day to day if I can extend to longer fast than usual fast. Okay? So, with metabolism, metabolism is basically, yung meaning lang niya ay a term used to describe all chemical reactions involved in maintaining the living state of the cells and organism. It can be divided into two categories, catabolism or breakdown of molecules to obtain energy, meaning catabolism, kung gusto nyong may mnemonics dyan, catabolism or cut, no? Parang hati. So, by hati, meaning i-break down. So, breakdown of energy. Whereas, anabolism is synthesis, no? Or paggawa. So yung mnemonics ko dyan, si Ana, mahilig gumawa. Okay? So, anabolism and catabolism. So, yun yung pinakadalawang importanteng processes ng ating katawan. So, ideally, there is enough balance of catabolism and anabolism in the body. Meaning, yung anabolism is making something out of certain ingredients. So, yun yung pinaka-basic example niya. Ang paggawa ng tinapay ay anabolism. Kasi from different ingredients like mga flour, sugar, at kung ano-ano pa. But if you are on low-carb bread, so isipin natin, for example, almond flour, coconut flour, psyllium husk, meron tayong erythritol, merong stevia, at pinaghalo-halo natin yan. At gagawin nating tinapay, siya ay magiging process niyan, anabolism. So, gagawa ka ng isang bagay galing sa different parts. Whereas, catabolism, C-A-T yan ha, but kapag para madali lang nating ma-remember, cut or parang ihiwain. So, yung catabolism ay ang pagkain nito or pag-consume or pagpunit-punit nito. Kapag binibreakdown mo siya, kapag kinain mo siya, so that is already catabolism. Okay? So, yung catabolism, so that is just an example. But, for us to understand what is catabolism and anabolism. So, ano yung hormone na in charge sa anabolism at ano yung hormone na in charge sa catabolism. So, yung pinaka-importante dyan nating alamin is yung presence ng insulin. Kasi, yung insulin, siya yung number 1 hormone na tawag natin ay catabolic hormone. Okay? So, yung anabolic hormone rather. So, anabolic hormone, siya yung tiggawa. Okay? So, kapag yung katawan mo ay sobrang taas yung insulin level, you are in a chronic state of anabolism or creation of something out of nothing. So, okay lang kapag bata ka pa. Like, if you are a developing fetus or if you are a growing child, tama lang that you have insulin in your body kasi kailangan mo pang tumubo, kailangan ka pang tumangkad, kailangan pang tumaas ng bones mo, kailangan ka pa gumawa ng, for example, ng bagong skin, ng growth ng nails, yung mga ipin sa mga bata from decidual teeth to permanent teeth, no? So, importante yung insulin sa katawan sa mga taong nagde-develop pa. But if you are already a mature person, by the time you reach mature physical appearance, no, or physical formation, maybe 18 to 21 years old, hindi mo na kailangan ng sobrang taas ng insulin. Or else, your body will go into a chronic state of building up, nabibuild up lang. Now, yung question, bakit may mga ibang tao na kahit kahit matanda na sila, or may edad na, like for example, mid-30s or mid-40s, hindi na ganun kabata, yet hindi na ganun kamatanda, yet, bakit hindi sila tumataba? Bakit parang walang nagaganap na building up sa kanilang katawan kahit sobra yung kain nila ng mga carbohydrates? Kasi, among the 3 macronutrients, the fats, the proteins, and the carbohydrates, yung carbohydrates, siya yung pinakamataas na nagpapashoot up ng insulin natin. Whereas, yung proteins, moderate lang, parang midway. At saka yung fats, yung taba, hindi talaga siya nagpapaspike up ng insulin. That is the reason why may mga hashtag among keto eaters, among keto na practitioners na kakain ng taba pero hindi tataba. And it is because of low insulin level sa katawan nila. Kapag mababa yung insulin ng level sa katawan, automatic yan. Magkakaroon ng catabolism yung katawan mo. Meaning, it will break down. It will just break down what you already have. Kung ano yung mga nandyan na sa katawan mo para gawin niya itong energy, ma-convert into energy. And the most important part of catabolism, ang i-breakdown niya, yung mga stored fats sa katawan natin, yung mga stored energy sa katawan natin. And that stored energy can be in the form of glycogen sa liver natin, and pwede rin yung mga fats sa ating katawan, at pwede rin yung mga fats na nasa blood vessels natin. Okay? However, may mga tao talaga na kahit sobrang dami na kinakain nila ng carbohydrates, hindi sila tumataba. And that is because they are not fat formers. Okay? Hindi talaga active yung pathway sa kanilang katawan na gumagawa ng taba. Okay? So, kapag hindi active yung pathway sa katawan nila para gumawa ng taba, yung kinakain nila actually, yun yung naggagawa nila directly into energy. So, hindi sila nagpo-form ng fats, but the foods that they eat, either nilalabas nila lahat, if you ask them, sasabihin talaga nila, their bowel movement is very frequent, is very parang fluid, parang kung ano yung kapag kumain sila, kung ano yung kinain nila, kung gaano kadami, parang ganon din lahat lumabas. And that is another way of looking at it. Pwede siyang ganon na hindi sa sobrang bilis ng kanilang metabolism or functioning ng kanilang gastrointestinal tract, yung kanilang tiyan, hindi ganon kadami ang naa-absorb na nutrients ng kanilang katawan kasi sobrang bilis ang paggalaw ng kanilang pagkain in their stomach. So, as a result, kahit sobra yung kinain nila, hindi lahat ng kinain nila naa-absorb ng kanilang katawan. So, most likely, yung inabsorb ng kanilang katawan is just enough for their day-to-day na needs na wala ng extra para gawing taba. Another reason is that kahit na-absorb nila nung lahat ng dami ng pagkain na kinain nila, but since they have the genes, no, na hindi fat formers, meaning hindi gumagawa ng taba. So kahit meron silang extrang mga pagkain or extra energy in the form of carbohydrates, especially yung mga grabe kalakas kumain ng mga rice at saka ng tinapay, ay hindi pa rin sila tumataba. And saan kaya pumupunta yung mga kinakain nila? Yung mga extrang kinakain nila. Like for example, dalawang tao, pareha lang sila ng kinain, and then pareho lang din sila ng physical activity. How come? Bakit yung isa ay mas tumaba at saka yung isa hindi tumaba? And it has something to do with individual differences. So again, yung isa possible fat former at saka yung isa hindi fat former. But it doesn't mean, ito yung pinaka-importante, hindi dahil ibig sabihin hindi siya fat former, ay wala ng bad effects yung insulin sa kanya. Kasi by nature talaga, hindi normal, hindi dapat na merong chronic or long-term exposure to high insulin sa katawan natin. As much as possible, in a day, kung pwede pa lang all throughout the day, ay basal level lang yung insulin natin. Basal, meaning ganyan lang siya. Whereas yung regular diet, yung balanced diet na nakasanayan natin, at saka yung parang inadopt natin as normal, ay nagsuspike siya ng insulin 3 beses sa isang araw. 3 beses because we are so used, we have been brainwashed into eating at least 3 times a day. At yung pagkain na yon na 3 times a day, ay hindi lang siya maliit na pagkain. And sometimes, more often than not, isa siyang full meal na merong proteins, merong fats, at bulk of it, yung nagbibigay talaga ng grabe ng bulk, ay carbohydrates or glucose. So, merong chronic insulin na formation. So, since alam na natin na ang insulin ay anabolic hormone or isang hormone na tiggawa ng isang bagay to form something, bakit hindi sila tumataba is because of they are not fat formers. But ibig bang sabihin ay walang effect yung insulin sa kanila? Actually, the effect of insulin will still be there. Kasi kapag ang insulin nandyan lang sa katawan mo, supposedly, it will act upon, for example, sa adipose, no, or yung taba sa katawan natin. It will act on that. It will act on the liver even to form fats, okay? Gagawa siya ng taba para gawing taba sa katawan, like yung taba na nakikita natin, yung taba sa pisngi, taba sa braso, sa buttocks, sa legs, sa tiyan, yun yung mga taba na usually nagagawa. But since walang paglalagyan yan, because basically one person is not a fat former, pwede na yung mga taba ay hindi na dedeposito, hindi sila nagmamanifest as increased body fat. Hindi sila nagmamanifest as increased weight gain. But the more dangerous, no, na pwede nilang puntahan, it can manifest as fats na nagstastagnate sa bloodstream. So, if meron kayong tao, ay si Sir Ryan, no, siya yung nagsuggest sa atin, because he has this friend na alam niyang grabe kalakas kumain ng kanin, grabe kalakas kumain ng mga tinapay at lahat-lahat, yet hindi talaga tumataba. So, for those na ganon, first and foremost, gustong-gusto ko malaman ano yung blood pressure nila, ano yung usual glucose level nila sa katawan. Kasi minsan, hindi lang halata, but they have been on chronic elevated blood pressure. And once nag-investigate ka, bakit mataas yung blood pressure niya? Kasi yung bloodstream niya ay sobrang malapot na. The blood itself is very thick. Supposedly yung blood, 'di ba? Blood is thicker than water, 'di ba? Kasi mas malapot siya. But those with elevated cholesterol sa katawan, elevated cholesterol na nasa bloodstream, their blood is even thicker, mas malapot pa. And sa sobrang lapot na niyan, it can make your body exert more effort so that the blood can flow, no? Kasi importante na mag-flow yung blood natin kasi yung blood, yun yung magke-carry ng oxygen sa katawan natin. And if malapot siya, sobrang kailangan palakasin yung blood pressure para para dumaloy ito, okay? Para dumaloy. So, that is why it can lead to elevated blood pressure. So, kung meron man ganyan, this, even if bata ka pa, kahit if you're young as 20 years old, 30 years old, pwede kang mag-request na kumuha ng blood lipid profile, no? Lipid profile or yung whole lipid panel. Meron yung total cholesterol, merong LDL, HDL, at meron ding triglycerides. So, yun yung importante na malaman yon, because you have to rule out, kailangan talaga ma-rule out na walang nagsastagnate na taba sa katawan, especially sa mga taong hindi tumataba. Okay? And kasi kapag hindi yan, if it's left undetected, kapag hindi yan malaman, ito yung sinasabi ng mga doctors natin, kapag bigla-biglang nakita na ganyan na pala yung level, you are like a walking time bomb. Anytime, pwedeng mag-clog yung arteries mo, pwede kang atakihin, pwede kang ma-stroke, because you'll never know kung kailan magsastagnate yan sa katawan mo. Okay? Now, how about others? Meron ding iba na pwede rin na kahit hindi mataas yung blood pressure nila, hindi rin tumataas yung blood cholesterol level nila sa katawan, but hindi rin sila tumataba kahit gabi na yung kain nila ng kanin at saka gabi na ng kain nila ng carbohydrates. So, nasaan napupunta kaya yung effect ng insulin sa kanilang katawan? And one thing that it cause sa isang tao is actually tumor formation, tumor genesis, okay? So, those tumor genesis, kasi ang insulin, it's like a growth factor, no? Para siya nag-i-induce ng growth. At saka, sabi ko nga kanina, yung growth, okay lang sa mga growing children, but for people who are already mature, who are already adults na, hindi na natin kailangan ng growth factor, or else, it can lead to tumor formation or tumor genesis, okay? So, kaya merong mga tao na mga payat, never na-hospital, never nagpa-check up kasi nga, yung metabolism nila, sabi nila, sobrang ganda, sobrang lakas, they are not gaining any weight. So, as compared to those who are gaining any weight, actually, mas conscious yung mga easily nag-gain ng weight kasi they know they have to monitor their food intake, they have to be conscious with their physical activity kasi if they lax, no, or kapag hindi sila naging mindful sa kanilang lifestyle, they can easily gain weight, whereas yung mga non-fat formers na sinasabi nating matataas yung metabolism, they don't worry because they are relying on the idea na hindi sila tumataba at lumalakas yung metabolism nila. But as a result, they can lead to tumor formation. So that is something na sobrang sad talaga. And personally, I know at least 3 aunts, no? First cousins ng papa ko at saka tita niya, directly tita, no? So parang lola ko na, tita and lola ko na very close family relations, no? They were all, 3 of them died less than, yung isa nga 40s lang, yung isa 50s, at saka yung isa early 60s. Namatay sila due to pancreatic cancer. At saka pancreatic cancer, and all their lives, never silang naging mataba. Payat sila, sobrang payat. So, they are not fat formers. They didn't even have any maintenance medications kahit yung lola ko na more than 60 na ng pagkamatay niya. Kasi, hindi nga sila nagmamanifest. But, hindi natin alam. It manifested pala as tumors in their pancreas. And ang pancreas natin, kasi yung pancreas natin, para siyang letter L, meron siyang head part at saka yung tail part. Yung head part, kapag tumubo sa head part, magkakaroon agad ng signs and symptoms like pananakit ng tiyan or hindi makakain ng marami kasi sinusuka nila kasi parang merong nag-o-obstruct, parang lumiit yung kanilang stomach, no, yung kanilang tiyan kasi may tumor na pala na umiipit sa stomach. But kapag tumubo ito on the tail part, pwedeng walang manifestation, kasi wala siyang nai-impede na organ doon. So, it can grow big and big and big and it becomes bigger na talaga na to a point na hindi na ito resectable or hindi na pwedeng makuha, hindi na pwedeng maoperahan, at hindi na nga most likely mahirap ng gamutin. So, it happened that way na all of them succumb to death talaga. So, it has different effects, no? So, yun, cancer yun sa pancreas. But cancers can occur in many sites, no? So, for females, pinaka-common na source ng cancer would be cervical cancer and breast cancer. At saka sa mga lalaki naman, it can be prostate cancer. And of course, if meron kang lifestyle, no, na nag-iinsulto, nag-a-add ng insult sa iyong katawan, it can even make you more prone to cancer formation. So, yung pinaka-common would be lung cancer sa mga smokers, skin cancer, basal cell cancer or squamous cell cancer sa ating sa ating skin for those who are prone into sun exposure na all throughout the day na walang sun protection, especially yung pinaka mainit talaga ng mga 10 a.m. hanggang 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So yun na yung mga importante. And there are others also na hindi tumataas yung blood pressure, okay lang din yung blood cholesterol level nila, wala rin silang mga tumor formation, wala rin silang cancer, but insulin's anabolic effect, no? Yung effect ng anabolism ng insulin sa kanila, iba naman. And it can be, tawag natin yan, hyperimmune response. Yung iba, yung immune system nila down. Yung iba, sobra-sobra kung makareact. So, why is it na hindi tama or hindi kaaya-aya if it's your immune system that is hyper responding, kung sumusobra yung pag-respond niya, it is not desirable simply because it will manifest as allergic reaction, or worse, yung isa sa mga hindi kaaya-aya sa lahat is autoimmune response, meaning yung katawan mo, inaaway niya yung sarili niyang katawan. It can no longer detect, hindi na niya madedetect saan parte ng katawan mo ang totoong iyo o yung mga part ng katawan mo na kalaban mo. So, that is autoimmune response. For example, yung skin, no? Yung psoriasis, no? Or yung psoriasis. So, that is an example of an autoimmune illness, no? So, may mga parts sa skin natin, sa skin ng mga people with psoriasis na grabe yung hypersensitivity. So, gumagawa siya, nagkakaroon ng namumula, sobrang hapde, mayroon pang iba nagde-desquamate yung skin, parang nakukuha yung skin. Yung iba parang meron ding mga dermatitis, no? Na sobrang dry yung kamay, forever na yung nagpipeel off ng mga kamay nila. And of course, another form for which you know already, to me, it manifests always as allergy, no? So, allergic rhinitis. So, ngayon, medyo clog konti yung ilong, no? Dahil nandito si Onyx Girl sa tabi ko. And of course, I ate some carbs last night, no? Before I closed my window. So that's why I know na I have to fast right now, and I'm not sure yet how long I will have to fast. I will continue fasting until I will feel better. So, yun yung mga pinaka-importanting effect. That is why metabolism might not be the same for each and every one. But good thing, there are ways on how to boost our metabolism for those who have low metabolism, no? And how to boost your metabolism safely without the side effects na yung mga sinabi natin, yung possible. Kasi hindi naman maganda yung mataas yung metabolism mo, but you have a tendency to elevate your blood cholesterol, tendency to form tumors, or to have allergic reaction, and other side effects. So, we will tackle that. But for now, we will continue. We greet muna natin yung ibang na humabol, no? So, yung mga iba-ibang humabol, sluggish na pag you haven't gotten back to your usual IF-EF pattern. Oo, meron talaga yung tawag nating brain fog, okay? So, ang sweet sa iyo ni Doc P. Of course, Sir Ronnie. Love na love ko si Doc P. And, of course, Lynn Buro. Thank you so much. So, Lynn, I think nabasa mo na ba yung mga libro? I hope you get to read them all. And kangkong, yes, kangkong, mas mura sa backyard. Mas mura, the most mura. Yes, kung pwede nga, yung sinatawag nating backyard gardening or even pot gardening, no? Kahit sa sa pots lang, you can make your own na mga kangkong, no? So, Yoli, hello. Doc Fee, Doc Grace is the one who taught me how to EF. I was always on the comfortable side. I never thought I could do it without your push. Yes, yun talaga yung pinaka-importante. Kasi we yung sinasabi natin, you'll never know talaga how much you can tolerate, how much you can really do, you can push yourself unless you really test it, no? And it really helps kapag meron kang parang at least inspiration or at least the knowledge na it can be done or somebody else has done it. So it will make it, the idea that it is really possible will make it really easier, okay? So pasensya na kayo, may mga tao sa labas na kumaano-ano dyan. And of course, Sharon Roldan, Doc, I had a great day today meeting Coach LCIF founder and his better half, Inay Ara Aguila. Gandang-ganda. Okay. So, of course, no, si Sir Dave and Inay Ara, no, they are one of the founders talaga of LCIF family more than 3 years ago na. Parang, I think, nagka 3 years anniversary na sila. So, we are very thankful for all the people, especially kahit lahat ng members who are advocating this way of life. Kasi as the more, the merrier, the many people that we help, the better we will become, no? And it's, kasi meron tragedy of the commons, di ba? Kapag nagkanya-kanya, eventually, everybody will suffer. And it's actually the same way. In the good side, if everybody is doing well, the whole totality, lahat-lahat maapektuhan din, and it will also push the whole community, the whole society to become better as well. So might as well we focus on the good side. So Cathy Verturdes, nag-hi si Cathy kay Doc Fee. Hello. So right now we will now go to the best part of knowing, since alam na natin how metabolism works, no? We will now know how to maximize metabolism to our advantage. So the first one, of course, especially sa mga listeners natin, followers natin, no, na mas tagal lang nagsusubaybay, and for those na newbies pa, beginners to this way of life, it is really important. Hindi lang basta na biased kami sa way of life na to, but it's because we've seen it ourselves, we've experienced it ourselves, no? Na low carb nutrition, eating the low carb way is really the best way because it will make your metabolism become much better, but this time your source of energy is a cleaner one. Hindi nagpapataas ng insulin. So, most of your energy source will be coming from healthy fats and proteins. And pwede ka rin kumain ng carbohydrates. But the carbohydrates, as what we said, piliin natin yung mga carbohydrate na nutrient dense, no? Meaning maraming micronutrients, maraming vitamins and minerals, pero walang masyadong calories. So, yun. Green leafy vegetables growing above ground, at hindi masyado yung mga root crops, no? At saka yung mga starchy foods, starchy vegetables, in moderation lang din, like yung mga beans and legumes, and saka pumpkins and squash, in moderation lang din. Kasi importante na we limit them as much as possible, not beyond 50 grams of carbohydrate per day, okay? So, another way to boost your metabolism actually, especially going into the ketosis side, or meaning being fat adapted, yung state na kung saan yung katawan mo ay gumagamit na ng fats into to make it into energy. So, whenever you take in fats, you are actually promoting catabolism in your body. Catabolism meaning breakdown, more breakdown than build up. Okay? So with fats alone, with fats and proteins alone, and very limited carbohydrates, you are promoting metabolism on the catabolism side, okay? But don't worry, huwag kayong mag-alala dahil of course, sabi natin, no, there should be a balance between anabolism and catabolism sa katawan natin. Don't worry, hindi magkakaroon ng lowered anabolism yung katawan natin kahit naglo-low carb ka. As long as you are taking enough proteins, kasi that enough proteins, it will still have an insulin effect na enough lang sa kailangan ng katawan natin, enough to maintain our function sa ating katawan, pagtubo ng nails, pagtubo ng hair, pag-change ng skin natin, pag-change ng lining natin sa ating gastrointestinal tract, paggawa ng bagong red blood cells, paggawa ng bagong hormones sa katawan. Those are all a function of insulin na kayang-kaya ng insulin at basal rate, basal level. The moment na nagsaspike ka na ng insulin more than 1/4 of the year, that is already too much, okay? By nature, since we are promoting evolutionary, we are a believer of evolutionary science. We are a believer of evolution, no? As how we evolved as humans. It is better talaga to limit insulin na intake, na sobrang taas ng insulin intake, yung parang harvest season, to only one season talaga in a year. So harvest season is actually just like 2 to 3 months in a year. So kung nasa Pilipinas ka, for example, and if you believe na dalawa lang yung season, so of course, at isipin mong 6 months yung harvest season, so go ahead, you can do that. Pwede kang mag 6 months na harvest season. Just make sure that you are able to fast and you are able to counter that another time of the year, not another half of the year. But personally, I believe na 1, 2, maximum 3 months in a year na high carb intake is already more than enough to just boost the immune system. Gagawa ka ng bagong mga cells at kung ano-ano pang kailangan mo. And then you can already go back to low carb way of eating, and of course fasting. Yes, fasting, ang sabi ng iba na it will make your metabolism slow. But contrary to that, yung mga research na nakita natin ngayon, fasting will actually boost your immune system. Pwede siyang makapag-boost ng immune system if done the right way. Meaning, done the right way, what we promote is actually clean fasting. So, clean fasting, meaning walang kahit anong calories, no? But kasi kapag kumain ka ng konti-konti, because there is this idea na merong 500 calorie a day na fasting. And what they saw, no, it will only put your body into starvation mode. And that starvation mode is not sustainable because you will not get past, hindi ka mag-go beyond sa time na gagamitin mong energy ay yung taba na. But kapag nag-stay ka into only 500 calories or about that range, it will make your body into starvation mode wherein hindi siya makakalagpas sa point na yon. Mananatili siya sa point of fasting na kung saan yung source of energy niya will be coming from carbohydrates still and proteins. Kasi yung mga proteins sa muscles mo, pwede niyang kunin at para gawin niya itong glucose through the process of gluconeogenesis. So, kapag hindi tama yung pagpa-fasting mo, dun lumalabas yung muscle loss, okay? Yung kumukonti yung muscle mass at saka nagsuslow yung metabolism because it's your body preserving your whatever you have para hindi ka maubos. But when you are fasting really clean fasting, no? So by clean, no, you can even do dry fasting for the first 12 hours, for the first 24 hours even if kaya mo. And then you can continue it with water fasting and water with electrolytes fasting. For some, pwedeng mag-add ng a cup of tea or a cup of coffee if ever you are a coffee drinker talaga. But for others, hindi siya necessary, okay? The cleaner, the better. And yun, with that knowledge, with that idea, kapag napunta ka na sa state of ketosis, wherein about 60 to 70% of all your energy requirement is already coming from fats, your metabolism actually is at all-time high. Nado-double, nati-triple yung metabolism mo. Because by nature, you will need energy, you will need mental sharpness, you will need focus, you will need the stamina in order for you to hunt for food. Kasi nga, as predators, as hunters and gatherers noon, we need energy so that we can sustain our lives. Kasi if hindi, no, if kapag nagugutuman tayo ay forever tayong manghihina, we could not survive 2 million years of as hunters and gatherers. Hindi siya sustainable. But our body was able to adapt. It is very intelligent. It was able to adapt to the environment at nasanay siya na merong regular fasting and regular na talaga na feasting. Okay? So, yes, meron din yan other side. Kapag yung katawan mo naman, sanay na kumakain ng marami, of course, it will also burn more, no? If you are, for example, if you are a 100 kilogram person, of course, your basal metabolic rate is higher as compared to those who is weighing, for example, a 70 kilogram, no? Kung given na pareho kayo ng muscle mass. But that 100 kilogram person also, kapag papakainin mo siya, kapag pinakain mo siya ng kokonti lang, hindi siya ganon kapapayat agad-agad, okay? Because the ones that is actually eating up more of the metabolism is still the muscle, but less on the fats, no? So, yung taba na yon, stagnant lang siya. It's not eating too much. That's why low carbohydrate eating and fasting should go hand in hand. And of course, the usual, we have to mention that na one way to really boost your immune system is through physical activity or exercise. And sa mga gustong-gustong mag-exercise but natatakot mag-exercise, huwag matakot. You can do exercise even when you are fasting. Merong state of exercise during a fasted state. At kapag nasanay na yung katawan mo, actually, okay na okay talaga siya, and you will even like reap the benefit, parang magiging double yung fasting na benefits kapag nag-exercise ka. Pero, yung catch lang yan, kapag nag-exercise ka at naka-fasting ka, sa sobrang bilis ng metabolism mo, sa sobrang bilis ng pag-cleanse ng pagkain na natira sa iyong stomach lining, gugutumin ka ng sobra-sobra. So, you must have the mental discipline, no? You must also have the mental strength to counter that. Or else, baka matulad ka sa sobrang daming taong nagfa-flock noon sa gym, sa mga running, sa mga kung saan-saang area where people usually jog, where they exercise, and right after they are finished sa mga sports complex na yan, diretso agad sa fast foods, diretso sa buffet, thinking na kasi nag-exercise sila, they already have the ticket to eat so much, no? So, yun nga yung sinasabi natin. It's up to you. So, it's up to you. You can fast and do nothing. You can exercise and eat, but you can also fast and exercise if you want to double up all the benefits. So, yun yung mga pinaka-basic natin when it comes to metabolism. And by food, no, yung importante dyan kasi we are converting foods into energy. So, each gram of carbohydrate can yield 4 calories, of energy. Each gram of proteins, 4 din na kilocalories. But each gram of fats can yield 9 kilocalories of energy. So that's why it is very, very energy dense yung fats natin. And that's why hindi kailangan sobrang daming kainin mo ng fats for you to actually obtain your needed caloric requirement. Hindi siya kailangan ganon. Actually, kahit nga hindi mo siya mamalayan, you can just use it as pang-prito sa mga pagkain mo, like your most favorite dish, for example, or yung pang-drizzle mo sa iyong salad using raw, fresh, and extra virgin olive oil. Maganda din yon, okay? So, Thank you so much, no? Yun yung pinaka-basic natin. We still have time and we will greet ang mga nakahabol sa atin. So, Reset 2021 Cherise, Kathy Vertudes, thank you for doing live. It helps us know more about low carb. Yes po, yes. I'm so glad. I hope you were able to learn something from this. If ever meron pang hindi masyadong clear, no? Feel free to ask lang. You can send me a message. And of course, we also have a YouTube channel. Pwede lang kayong mag-subscribe doon. And with the help of EJ, of course, thank you so much. Yung mga previous episodes natin, especially in localities, we have Ilonggo or Hiligaynon na nalagay na rin dyan. And hopefully, yung mga past natin na mga Wazzup Doc episode with Global TV Network and this new, no, with Youth TV Network, malalagay na rin sa ating YouTube channel. So, we usually tackle different topics each week, no? So, we are here live in my page 3 times a week now. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that we can all stay together. So, Cherise, Reset 2021. I like that because I think my best year was 2019 and 2021 was like a pause to me, and I'd like to get back to a better 2021 talaga. Reset 2021. Chloe, my dear, hello. How do you know, Doctora, if you are in a ketosis stage? So, ketosis is a stage na, by its name, no, marami ng source of energy coming from fats through the forms of ketones. So, clinically, meron talagang ketone, body ketones, no? Ketone bodies na nakikita sa ating katawan. Initially, for those first time pa na into ketosis, you can have ketone breath. So, medyo acetone breath yun. Yun yung unang sign of ketosis. Yung iba, meron ding parang body odor na parang ketosis din or parang fruity in scent, no? Those are signs of early ketosis. But eventually, remember, as you get fat adapted and as your body already becomes, get used to ketones as energy, hindi na ito gumagawa ng ganyan karaming ketones at ganyan ka-excess ketones na na-evaporate sa skin mo at sa katawan mo at nahihinga mo siya as something na fruity or acetone breath, no? Another way to know that you are already in ketosis actually is you no longer crave that much sugar and sweets, no? Kapag nasa ketosis ka na, you are actually somewhat in a state of bliss. Parang okay ka na. Hindi ka na nagkikrave because if you are already into a state of ketosis, your body is being fed well and enough by ketones. If ever meron ka mang konting cravings, you can just address that by taking some salt and electrolytes and some water, okay? So, if you are fasting, if you are on strict keto, in general, it might occur in 2 weeks of low carb eating. Magiging fat adapted ka na mostly kapag walang cheat, ha, na straight 2 weeks na keto and low carb. If you are fasting, like water fasting, depending on what's your physical activity and what's your state of metabolism, you can reach full ketosis or keto adaptation in 2 to 4 days. Okay, me, I usually get into ketosis. I know I am in ketosis when I'm feeling very light and I'm thinking very clearly. Yun talaga yung alam kong I'm already in a state of ketosis at alam kong parang I have this parang never dying source of energy na continuous lang. Side effect nga lang minsan, you get insomnia kasi hindi ka makatulog with so much energy that you have, no? But of course, we know we just need to have our sleep hygiene, sleep routine, so that even if you are on the first night of your ketosis, no, of your height of your ketotic state, you can still sleep because of the routine that you already established, okay? So, but if you want, there are available ketone breath analyzer na available commercially. So, hihinga ka lang and it will analyze your ketones. Although, meron din yang margin of error. And of course, meron ding urine strip na ketone analyzer. So, just like in body odor, eventually it will not become a reliable measurement of ketones in your body, because once you become keto adapted na talaga, fat adapted ka na, your body will stop excreting. Hindi niya iihi lahat ng extra ketones because it will become like a normal source of energy na ng katawan mo. I hope I have answered your question, but there are others na signs of ketosis. For others, it can be like a side effect, no? Like keto rash. So, nangangatay yung katawan at meron talagang mga petikya, may mga petike at may mga kung ano-anong mga skin na itchiness sa katawan, especially on the first part of ketosis. You can take some antihistamines, anti-itch na mga na very light lang like cetirizine, but for those who may continuous talaga, they can start incorporating a little muna of carbohydrate or stop muna strictly keto and just do low carb para maibsan yung kanilang itchiness or yung kate, and they can also do a food diary para malaman nila kung ano yung mga food na usual triggers, okay? Because it can have an allergic effect, but don't be afraid because eventually mawawala din yan and it will improve kapag nasanay ka na. So Charisse, struggle EF after holiday feasting. Yes, naka-dry fast ko today for 24 hours, then nag-jumping rope. I'm so proud of you, Charisse, my dear. Sabayan kitang mag-dry fasting today, okay? But wala pa akong jumping rope or hindi na natin nakita Onyx girl, no? Sana kaya yun. Ilang beses na kaya akong bumili ng jumping rope. Chloe, agree? Period. Period pa. Lami kaon. Yes, food for women. Menstrual cycle can really have its effect, no? More cravings, more mood swings talaga, but hopefully you can get past it and don't worry about it. You can just go back to your usual schedule after. Ayan, so true. Possible talaga mag-workout even on fasted mode. I do it all the time, but I do it second or third day on EF kasi mahirap mag-maintain on dry fasting while also doing core workout. Mauuhaw ka talaga. Yes, because you're sweating profusely. Yun eh. For those of you who haven't seen the video I made on dry fasting, so as much as possible, don't force yourself kapag hindi kaya. Pero kapag feel mo naman na medyo kaya lang, na hindi ka naman struggle, you can do so. Just be mindful of your body, okay? So tayo, whenever kasi kapag nag-sweat ka, you are not just losing water, you are also losing electrolytes. So baka magkaroon ka ng state of hypokalemia and hyponatremia. That is a state of low potassium and low sodium na dapat nating iwasan, di ba, Onyx girl? So si Lou, every morning I'm doing brisk walking while on 16 hours fasting. That's so nice. That's really, really nice. I hope magkaroon din tayo, gumising tayo ng mga aga para makapag-brisk walking tayo na hindi pa mainit. Stuffy akong nose. Nag-carbs. Yes. Hindi ka na kinig a while ago. I mentioned it. I ate carbs kasi nga nag-food tasting kami recently. But I think we've mastered already the recipe that we want. So, tama na. Kaya back to feasting mode na. So, at saka stuffy yung nose ko kasi nandito si Onyx girl, hindi pa siya naliligo. And Lou, nag-normal na ang blood sugar with the help of LCIF. Nakalimutan ko na po si rice. That's so nice. Hindi talaga, never talaga kami bibili ng rice, no? Kasi yung mga bisita nga namin minsan, marunong na silang, alam na nila na they have to bring their own rice or they are prepared to not eat rice whenever they come and visit us sa aming place, okay? So, Charisse, yeah, apas ko soon. And Rhea Salamanca, thank you for all the love. Thank you for all your time being here today. If you no longer have questions, I think this will end our first week of 2021 live FB video weekday edition, no? Because we will still have another live episode by Sunday, but it's in Hiligaynon. It's a simultaneously casted with local radio network here. So baka hindi maintindihan ng many people. But if you wish to know, you can check the Kib Negros page. Nandun po tayo every 12 noon ng Sundays, okay? And for those of you who still have questions, feel free to ask. Share your own stories sa ating groups na Life Without Rice and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community for more inspirations. inform us with your journey, update us with anything kasi it is really really nice. You'll never know kung sinong tatamaan ng story mo, kung sino may inspire sa journey na ginawa mo for yourself. So we are not, hindi natin pinagdadamot ang lifestyle na ito. We are sharing this to as many people as we can, and I hope this one, as this helped you, we can help others too. And Ryan, I'm so happy with your feedback. Everything is clear now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Connie. I wish you will all have a very very happy and productive weekend ahead. I'll see you again on Monday. Still here in my page. This is your Diet Doctora. I will tell you all again, fast as long as you can. And if you choose to eat, stay low carb so that we will all stay safe. Maraming salamat po. Bye-bye!